Shalom, start forever giving all praise and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Avokah Kodash, that belong to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone. Reading, salutations, and blessing to the hopeful elect. I don't know if you brothers can see this, man. But look, you tell me what this is. Okay? Can y'all even see this? This is a bunch of locusts everywhere, look. As I move, you can't put them everywhere. They're everywhere. It's not so busy. Look, Egypt. Look at this. It's all over the parking lot. They're everywhere. Look. Plague of Egypt. Right here in America. Proving this is America again. Egypt again. Okay? Egypt again. Okay? I don't know if this is showing up, but they're everywhere in this parking lot. All right. So that was the introduction to the video, something that I just kind of recorded this morning, walking into the job or whatever. And yeah, man, I don't know if you can see this, but plenty of these locusts all over the parking lot. They were like covering cars, all up under the cars. They were just like covering the parking lot. And when I drove like a week or two ago all over, they've been out there, but they've been a lot of them truly out there. Today and a couple weeks ago, one early morning, I went into work. And I was kind of upset with myself because I didn't record them the first time, and they were really everywhere. But anyway, so they were back in swarms, you know, and so I, through the Spirit, I was able to grab the camera real quick, through the smartphone and record some of it. And I was gonna try to put the video up raw, but as I got to the house and I realized I had an opportunity to really edify a little bit more with it. So going from there, I Googled what are flying grasshoppers, just to be sure that I wasn't, jumping the gun or being presumptuous or anything. And what they say, Google, which they were more of the brown sort, like this one here at the bottom. Yeah, this is literally what they look like. All right, the brown ones, they kind of blended. It says, right? It says grasshoppers is by Google. Grasshopper can enter a flying and swarming stage that appears to be triggered by an increase in the chemical serotonin. All right, serotonin is something else, but it's cool to know that's what triggers them to that stage. It says grasshoppers and locusts are closely related, but while all locusts can fly, some species of grasshoppers do not have wings, therefore are earthbound. And these are truly, you've seen them flying around. You don't see them hop at all. Okay? They fly to the next spot. They don't even do anything. They simply fly. Okay? And I know because I've been walking past them for weeks now. Okay? So I was like, let me make sure that, they're locusts. All right? And so there's a couple things about locusts in the scriptures that we should bring out. One of them I mentioned in the video. It was a plague of Egypt, right? So let me read this. I just Googled locusts. When I Googled it, in the blue letter, I brought it up in the blue letter, and it says Exodus chapter 10 verse 4, let my people go. This is when Moses and Aaron went up to Pharaoh to let the people go. This was one of the plagues. Let me go deeper in there real quick. Yeah, because Pharaoh continued to harden his heart. Okay, so I'll start at the first verse and read to the fourth. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart, and the heart of his servants, that I might show these my signs before him, and that thou mayest tell in the ears of my son and in my son's son what things have wrought in Egypt. But you people have forgotten what happened in ancient Egypt, or done in ancient Egypt. Okay, of Israel declaring that Yahweh was the father of the Israelites. Okay, he was the heavenly father of the Israelites, that he cared about the Israelites. They were his chosen people. All right. It says, verse 2, and thou mayest tell in thy sons, in the ears of thy sons, and in thy sons' sons, what things have wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know how that I am the Lord Yahweh. Okay. And Moses and Aaron came unto Pharaoh and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord power of the Hebrews, How long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. And that was a message that was sent unto Pharaoh. All right. It says, Else if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locusts into thy coast. Okay, and they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth. Now, this is a lightweight, what we saw in the parking lot. All right, lightweight, but they're here. Okay, but they're here. No, nonetheless, this is a plague that is here. All right, it says, and they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth, and they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped, which hail for you out of the field. Okay, and I mean the plague went on and on and on, right? Covering and bothering up everybody. All right, well, let me go back real quick into the blue letter search. All right, verse 12, it says, And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts that may come up upon the land. Because that was the warning that we read, okay? That they may come up upon the land of Egypt and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail have left. Okay, it says, and Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought an east wind that the land all that day, upon the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east, it says, verse 19, verse 14. Yep, it says, And the locusts went over all the land of Egypt, and rested in all the coast of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such. Okay, in that land of Egypt. Verse 19 now, it says, And the Lord turned, this is when they went away. It says, And the Lord Yahweh turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away not one locust in all the coast of Egypt, proving that it was a miracle of Yahweh. Okay, and so as I showed at the plantation this morning, locusts everywhere. Okay, all them little things, you can see them, man. You look a little closer, you can see them. They're right there. Y'all even see this? This is a bunch of locusts. Everywhere, look. As I move, you can't even see them, can you? As I move. All right, you can see them all throughout, okay? They were parking lot. All right, you can something else crossed my mind when I saw them. Okay, and so I'm gonna go to. I need the other one. Let me see. Bear with me one moment. Let me grab the other script. All right. And so, what does that remind you of? Hey, those are food. Okay, they're in our dietary law. I'm gonna get it in just a second. But proving it that it was lawful. Matter of fact, let me go to that now. Bear with me. All right. Proving it's lawful is right here in our dietary law. It says Leviticus chapter 11. You know that's the dietary chapter. All right. Verse 21. Yet these flying, creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet, to leap upon the earth. Okay, flying, creeping thing that have legs above their feet. Even these of them ye may eat, the locust after his kind, and the bald locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. Okay, so those are all lawful to eat. Okay, but all the other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. Okay, but we can eat locusts. So when you see all of these, and it's funny, you see all of these, we can eat these. These are lawful. And there is a situation, which I was grabbing it, where someone ate it. If you don't know the story already, if you don't know, what it was. Okay, let me go to it. All right. Here we are in the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 3, verse 4 says, the same John had his raiment of camel's hair. This is talking about John the Baptist. Okay. Had his raiment of camel's hair and a loins, and his locusts and wild honey. Okay. So John the Baptist ate locusts and wild honey. Okay, and it was lawful. All right. It said, and John was clothed with, this is Mark 1 and 6, and John was clothed with camel's hair and with the girdle of a skin about his loins, and he did eat locusts and wild honey. Okay, he ate locusts and wild honey. All right, so that is lawful for us to eat, man. Okay, that is a lawful thing. So when the famine come around, you might want to pay attention to what these things look like. Okay, because it's lawful for us to eat these things. Okay, you may want to pay close attention. Go to the images. If when you're starving, you're gonna have to try to find something. All right, you have to try to find something to eat. It said of the legs above the feet, flying grasshoppers. Here you go. All right, so Lord willing, that's edifying, man. Nobody's interested in eating grasshopper. Chocolate. They got the chocolate and all this other stuff, but nobody's really thinking about grasshopper right now. But come the famine, when there's no food, and you see these things flying and hopping around, you tell me, if you in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and that meat is sitting right there, if you didn't know what the law said about it and you didn't know about John the Baptist eating it, what would you do? Would you starve to death? Okay. Well, the Most High could possibly provide a swarm of these to come around you to feed you and whoever you with. Okay. But you have to have the wisdom out of the book. It says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. Well, this will keep you stable and eating. Where everybody else, his stomach is folded inside of itself, eating itself from the inside. Okay? Sending people on a crazy, delusional, rampage, looking for food. When my servant shall eat. All right? That's a possibility right there. All right? and it's a lawful thing. Anyway, so with that, Lord willing, this was edifying, man. Giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Harakak Wadash, to the Holy Spirit. Greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, and double honor to our apostles and elders at the great millstone that taught me this truth. With that, I'd say shalom.